This online lesson, we're going to take a look at a problem that asks us to find the surface area of a shape that doesn't quite fit um, any of the standard shapes that we have formulas for finding surface area. And so in this problem, we're asked to find the total surface area. So all of the area of the outer surface of this shape. We're asked to find the total surface area of a washer. So you can picture a washer as one of those little metal discs that you use with like a screw or a bolt when you're, like putting together like some sort of machinery or furniture or something like that. And they give us this hint that we're supposed to think of the washer as a cylinder through which a hole has been drilled. And we can kind of see here that we have this three-dimensional shape. It's got sort of a circular side on what would be the front that's facing us. We can't see it, but we know that there would be kind of a matching side on the back. And then we can see that it's got some thickness to it. And so, that makes it kind of like a cylinder. It has it's almost like a really short can shape. And then it's got this hole in the center. And so because of that hole, we're not going to be able to just use this formula for surface area of a cylinder. That would only give us kind of the outer part here, and it would give us the entire circular area in the middle, and it wouldn't account for this little, inner wall that we have. So that formula doesn't really do what we need it to do for this problem. But we also talked about how with any kind of three-dimensional shape, if we can break the shape down into its different parts, its sides, its front and back, its top and bottom, and we can find the area of those sides, or if we can think of those as shapes that we know how to find the area of, then we can find those individual areas, and then at the end we can just put them back together again in a way that gives us the total surface area of the shape. And so that's what we're going to do here. So in this problem, we're going to go through kind of step by step, and we're going to think this through and figure out a way that we can use the formulas, the area formulas that we already know, to find the surface area of this shape. Okay. So one of the things I'm going to think about again here is that I need to think about all the different sides of this shape, and it would be kind of helpful to be able to sort of think about turning this around in my head, right? So I can already see facing me, there's this circular side that has a hole in it. There's kind of this outer wall, and then there's kind of an inner wall. And in class, we kind of looked at how you can unfold a shape and think of its different parts. If we don't consider, so let's just for a second forget about this hole that's in the middle of this cylinder here. We could take a look at, what does a cylinder look like when we flatten it out? So here's our cylinder, and if I open this cylinder up, do that a little bit more slowly. We can imagine sort of separating out the top and bottom, those circles, and then opening up that wall that wraps around the side. And of course, the cylinder is much taller than the washer that we were looking at. But it's the same kind of idea. When I open this cylinder up, what I can see is that I have two circles, right? The top and bottom, those circular parts, which on the washer, that was kind of the front and back when I was looking at it. And then I've got this big rectangle in the middle. This is the part that sort of wraps around. It's kind of what we'll call the wall of the cylinder. And so those are kind of the pieces that we need to think about when we're solving this problem. In this particular problem, we've got some additional pieces too, because we have this inside wall. So we're going to need to think about that. And then we have this missing hole. And if we think about it, that hole actually is also kind of in the shape of a cylinder. And so we're going to take that away. Okay. So take a look or take a second to kind of look some more at this diagram. Think about all the parts that we just talked about and went over. Rewind this and watch it again if you need to. And then on the next screen, you're going to be asked to summarize kind of what do we need to think about in terms of individual pieces to put this problem together.